Bitcoin is setting up for a monumental movement as China is doing a record amount of printing in the darkness. We also have Mark Zuckerberg raked through the coals in front of the Senate this morning in a fight for freedom and the protection of our children. Excellent to see. And the co-founder of Ripple was just hacked. Let's look into this. Let's see what the hell's going on. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me. We must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
$400,000 to $600,000. The generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
Oh my God. What is up? Welcome one.
Oh boy.
Welcome all. It's Wednesday. It's kind of a fast moving week. The days move very quickly, I was spent all morning locked in the basement doing a deep dive on Avalanche, a video I will be coming out with shortly, joined with two amazing souls in the universe. We got Hannah Hughes hanging out here, slipping into chats, saying hey on the YouTube rooms. That's her. We got the Nick Tater walking in, chilling with us. Apparently, maybe you got to unmute number 3 for me. Unmute that number 3 mic for you. You can talk.
I got you.
You're just gonna wave.
Nick's just waving.
You're just not gonna wave.
He's waving.
Unbelievable. What a day, Nick. Good to see you. Wow.
That mic's unmuted now. Oh
no.
Oh, what was
you
that?
shocked it.
Did you shock the system? Oh well.
You shocked the system.
Wait, can they
The
hear
system's
us?
been shocked.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
we're
just
fine.
shocked the
Back.
system.
It's still
I'm
on. We're on.
literally
Nick's
so
head's
sorry.
off a little bit.
Amazing. Yeah.
What's going on?
Probably
I
a
stepped on
wire is loose. I'll bet you that a wire just got jiggled loose. Probably one of the HDMIs. A little bit of screen go black moments.
Sorry,
Did you
guys.
just break it?
I'm sorry, guys. Hit the likes. We really need.
Oh, what? The PTZ, pull up the number 4.
Number 4.
We got a new operator on the board. Owen is sick today. Owen fell down to the sickness, sadly. So, we're going to have an interesting one today. Loose connection, probably a loose connection. But it sounds like immediately at the start of the stream, I did see front end reports that the FOMC is pausing any further rate hikes for the time being. Now, I know that there's been a lot of big names in macroeconomics that are dancing around the hills because they called this pause in rate cuts within the last month. Honestly, if you're here in the blockchain basement watching me rant about Japan's central bank and how we basically follow their footsteps, you would have known that June we go to the moon 2024, long ahead of the time, because that is still when I target full-on rate cuts across the market. As war continues, federal deficits continue to skyrocket, and conflicts keep popping up in more and more locations as the control of the UN through SWIFT deteriorates. So it is what it is. Go to the calendar. You mentioned the calendar.
We weren't going to say anything about it. We wanted to see if anyone in the chat.
No one's heard me say anything about it yet.
No, I don't think anyone's noticed. We have an addition to the studio. We're slowly improving the studio.
It's down here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Wait,
down
guys,
here.
they asked me if this was like okay. They were like, "Is it okay with
I
you?"
am proper.
I'm like, hell yeah, that's fine.
Shoot. Yeah, I used to be in HR. Peyton Drew. That's for and Drew Barrymore took my name. There's all these girls named Drew. You know what I mean?
Sorry about that.
Very rude.
Incredible.
Thanks for joining me in the chat. Manawalk, Fade and Tradfi, Shake and Bake, boosted to JZ. I won't cry. Sack Nasty, Turd Trimester, Shake and Bake, and Bob from Encounter Killed by Death. Chili Rainbow. Talking. Hannah is a savage. You are pretty much savage.
Hey, Chili.
There's quite a bit of savagery going around here. Savagery on the crypto markets, not so much really. It's been all the same for Bitcoin. It's clocking in at $43,400 right now. Let's check out who's had the most fun over this research. Thorchain still hanging out up 4%. Nothing too crazy. Big losers here. Jupiter. What the hell? Jupiter on the top losers.
Yeah.
Nick.
Everyone
Shocker.
sold. Everyone
What?
sold.
Everyone sold.
Yeah.
The party's over.
Party's over, guys.
That quick. What the hell?
I sold. I made $300.
You made $300.
Well,
Put it in
Nice.
the salon.
Oh, there you go. You made a little bit of a move. We had the Jupiter stories here. Let's see here. Yeah, Jupiter. Need to know about this airdrop on Solana. Honestly, though, Nick, you're down here. You got the Solana phone. You got it injected straight into your veins.
I
How
know.
did it
It's
go?
upstairs right now, just printing money.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's so heavy now.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's hard to carry those bags around. The Jupiter airdrop, a lot of hype about it. Token launch on Solana for an upcoming event within the DeFi sector. Talking about it being a DEX aggregator set to distribute this Jupe token. Available on Solana wallet holders who interacted with the protocol before snapshot on November 2nd. So pretty interesting to see. But damn, that is some rough price action here. And lo and behold, we have FTX as the second loser. I do have another set of stories on FTX potentially being canceled on its restart plans here. So
Canceled.
yeah, it might be getting
How many
canceled.
times can it be canceled?
You can't kill what's already dead. You know what I mean? Absolutely, Mario Cantonis. Absolutely. I think the more Americana we can bring into this room, the
Absolutely.
better I'd feel. And
America.
I hate that the idea of being pro-America is like some like alt-right thing or
Well,
something.
what is
like,
New York doing with that Jefferson statue? We'll bring it down here.
Oh, they took it out. They
but
took
where'd it
him-
go? I mean, did they put it in the recycling bin?
They probably just put him in the back of the,
Oh my God.
the white van, drove him to
Where's
Epstein Island.
Tommy,
It's unbelievable.
man?
Yeah, so interesting times indeed across the world. We have this coming from Satoshi Flipper highlighting the China print, which is just getting started. This is, basically just the Chinese money supply and M2 supply steadily increasing here. And, I think that we're going to see this money supply continue to increase because China does not want to play second fiddle to India's stock market, which just recently did surpass China. And I talked about it yesterday. Then an interesting thing came to my mind. Let me know how you feel about this too, Nick. I feel like, this NATO BRICS conflict, if it's controlled opposition or not, regardless, once it hits ahead and a kind of a make or break moment, I feel like India is positioned to betray China and take the spot as the world manufacturing hub, because most of NATO countries are consumers and the BRICS are largely producers. So I am going to be watching that pretty closely. We also had this. UK police uncovered $1.7 billion in Bitcoin linked to Chinese fraud. Kind of an interesting story here. Jian Wen, 42, a UK citizen, denied allegation she helped launder vast sums amassed by Zimin. God, how do I say these names? Qian? Thank you, Nick. Wanted in China for running a fraud scheme that robbed around 130,000 investors. Whereabouts of Zimin? Zimin, is that how you say it?
I think it's
Zimin?
I think it's Zeman.
I want it. Zeman?
Let's go with it.
Zeman.
Okay, with Zimin.
Yo, where is our cup?
Zeman. Where's the
Zeman.
mug, by the way?
Where's the mug?
Hold on.
Where's the mug? I pulled up the shop for it.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see here. I got to organize this well.
There we go.
Let's see here.
There we go.
Yeah, there
That's
it is.
pretty good. That's
Love that.
2018 police raid at their rented London manor house, uncovered laptops, pen drives, and notebooks, saved passwords to crypto wallets containing the Bitcoin worth hundreds of millions of dollars each, according to the prosecuting lawyer. Present at the property was Yadi Zhang. God,
Yachty.
Yadi. That's kind of a cool name.
Just
Little
like
Yachty.
yeah, just like a
Little
Yachty.
Yadi. That should be
Same
a
guy.
rapper name.
Same guy actually.
Is it really?
No.
No. Well, mumble away, man. She was upstairs in bed. The lawyer, Gillian Jones,
There we
told the
go.
jury.
There we go.
Raid followed Jian's attempts to buy two houses in London worth about $15 million and $30 million. Failed, and she couldn't give a lawyer involved in the deals enough proof of the source of the funds. Pretty interesting. Nick, do we have... I've been trying... One thing that bothers me about trying to track how much land China has bought in the United States
Mhm.
is the layered shell company design of it. And it almost becomes this very elusive target to understand how much of American land does China own. Have you been following that, or do you have any alpha on that? Because I looked at 100 different analysis, and they were basically not including as much as I thought should be there. I think it's a lot.
it's kind of a difficult thing to try and track down. I'm on too many lists now as it is, so
That's true.
I'm just gonna not.
You are really on a lot of lists. There he is. Look at you.
I had to pull him up.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, I'm on too many lists right now, so I'm just gonna not deal with Chinese landscaping right now.
All right, fine. Well, there's time. You know what I mean? There's time for us to evolve. Maybe we just get real low and dirty with it on Rumble. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's where we can go in on it.
Rumble.
Make sure to follow us on Rumble. We're putting up some videos. I'm going to be filming more here in the studio. Figured out how to kind of streamline the process to be able to punch these out as macroeconomic occurs. And right after the stream, I'm going to be filming with DZ and Josh. So that'll be kind of fun. Talking about a little bit of political stuff. You know what I mean? Getting a little
That's
political.
new.
That
A
thumbnail.
little bit.
That's new.
The Rock and Biden.
Oh, you like that one?
Yeah,
This
that was
is
great.
this is some of my finest work there. Some of
Good
my,
smile.
yeah, that's some of our finest work. That's The Rock and Taylor Swift, just one big old psyop pile for us.
Damn.
U.S. Treasury confirming that spending on debt interest is now larger than the entire defense budget and will soon surpass the entire Social Security budget as well. That's fun. This is where the worries, when I was a kid and I was, already, basically thinking the world's a scam and throwing rocks at Google Maps cars. I was always, thinking that Social Security wouldn't last long enough for me to be able to enjoy it. The longer I live, the more
Confirmed.
real that comes to pass. Yes, it is basically confirmed. The interesting thing, that's the pain point in looking at this graph, as an American, someone that wants our country to thrive and my family to thrive within this country, is that, we're in a situation where we are entering that 80-year make or break moment of war for our country in opposition to these opposing forces. And we're spending more on our interest for our debt than we are on our military. Now, by and large, we still spend the most of any country on the planet when it comes to our military. But if you want to be Rome, you better act like Rome, and you better be putting your money into your military and controlling that instead of just clipping. And I feel like the NFL is almost like the gladiator moment, where you get the bread and circus,
NFL.
Yeah.
and everyone's distracted. The Taylor Swift things. Meanwhile, Biden's probably going to bomb Iran this weekend. I think Biden's going to bomb Iran this weekend.
I can see that happening.
And many people that's just another Arab nation. That's no big deal. Iran is heavily practiced in warfare.
Yes.
And
way more than China.
Way more than China.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. And, yes, America's heavily practiced in it as well, but Iran is nothing to, write off as something you should underestimate. It's not we've done the Pentagon has many reports of war games with Iran not turning out well. So just keep that in mind. We want peace. No one wants conflict to break out worldwide. Seeing the numbers like our, interest rates, interest rates on our debt exceeding the military spending, and then soon to be the Social Security, the fake scam of doing nothing and hanging out because you've worked hard enough through your whole life to get to it. That's at risk of going away because of this debt. So it is something I'm watching. It's a larger scope conversation, obviously. But the U.S. government, additionally, we have this, TJ brought this to my attention, spending inflation adjusted. This is the thing. Inflation adjusted spending since 2020 has exceeded the combined spending of World War I, World War II, and the 1970 to 90s bubble.
Good Lord.
That is a whole lot of deficit if you adjust for the inflation. And these are the final dying signs of a fiat currency and basically a nation that's trying to retain its dominance while this massive influx of global economy starts to take place. People are sending and purchasing goods from across the world with just the use of a button. The data economy is taking over, and now seeing this inflation coming to the US dollar, I think that the danger here is that we might act outwardly and aggressively as a cornered nation that's looking to retain that control. When a dog gets cornered, it does very aggressive things.
So, Drew, I have a question.
Yeah.
When the Republic of Texas signs its constitution, are you going to apply for a passport? And what will be the image on the passport?
The answer is yes and yes. Davy Crockett, maybe? The Alamo?
Yeah, the Alamo. Wow.
Texas, man, that is an interesting thing. It's still ongoing. No resolution there yet. That's going to be a sticky situation, I think. And if we have, 25 states that are in lockstep with Texas on this stance, I think rather than allowing a balkanization to fully happen or secession, I think that, the U.S. would more than likely appeal to these 25 states that are in line with Texas's views of those open borders. I don't think that they'll try to just, fly in their hardware and turn Texas into an ice skating rink. No one wants to be the proud owner of a pile of rubble. So
Texas is the 8th largest economy in the world.
It's immense. It is immense. And it has an insulated electrical system, which is another thing that's important to note in that situation. It is definitely a logical starting point for a situation like that to occur. But with all these things taken into account, I think that the U.S. government would rather change things up and appease to them. Nick out. Thanks for joining me, man. It's always nice seeing you. We also have Janet Yellen talking about we cannot allow Ukraine to run out of money before it runs out of ammunition. So this ongoing conflict that we see being pushed out by neocons across the world basically needs more and more printing from the US dollar to sustain itself. Now, do I think we should be there? No. Do I think it's our fight? No. But there is something to be said about the buildup of animosity within Russia and China towards the U.S., especially with the sanctions. Thus, the reason why I personally prepare. It's not like my opinions can control this macroeconomic matter, but seeing these things are just compounding reasons why I'm moving into Bitcoin, why I'm stacking as much land and iron as possible, just in case things boil over the edge. Now, what we have next is very interesting. This is the U.S. Banking system having more signs of sickness. Very interesting thing to note here. New York Community Bank stock and the bank that had acquired the collapsed Signature Bank falls 40% after earnings today. Bank announced that it will be cutting their dividend by 70% to meet regulatory requirements. They also reported the fourth quarter a loss of $260 million, while expectations were for a gain of that size.
Yikes.
Big yikes.
Yikes.
And this comes just a few weeks before the Fed's emergency loan program is set to expire. There it is. Small banks are starting to feel the pain. When we see this approach over the next few months, or rather weeks, BTFP goes away, we're going to see more and more banks just like this one go under and be turned into receivership. It's not pretty for anyone outside of the top 5 or 6 banks right now that's holding commercial real estate, securities, or other types of things that are being strangulated by the currently in relativity high interest rates that the economy's gotten used to over the past 5 years. So this is all happening on the underscope. I mean, there's something else. There's a silver lining here, and I want to highlight it. It is starting to happen. We are seeing mortgage rates begin their decline. I saw the peak it's a great thing for us. You know what I mean?
Let me go to the wide. There you go.
Seeing them have to tap out and not keep them and go all the way to 20%. Great. I do think that bad moment for home rates is coming in around 2026 if history rhymes / repeats itself.
Good luck getting a house then.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Good
So,
luck.
Hannah, I'm talking
Open
to you
up
on
the
this.
floodgates.
You just bought a house, right? You're in a house.
Yeah.
Hannah, you're in crypto. My goal is always to get people in crypto and then into land or their own houses with the money. So if you're in crypto right now, do you have any plans to like wait for a certain rate on mortgage rates to hit before you start thinking about that? Are you even considering buying? Like, where's your head at with all that?
Nope.
No?
That's my long-term goal.
Long-term goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm paying attention.
You're paying
as much as I
attention?
can.
Okay. Well, if it's long-term, historically, after we hit the 18% mortgage rates in the, early 80s, it did recede pretty heavily. Like you saw what happened after that. We lead into the 2000s, 0% basically. So
I'm calling it though. It's gonna be a challenge to get a house if the rates go down.
yeah.
It is going to be an all-out war.
Yeah. Well,
That's my take. That's
I
why I
was
went ahead
buying-
and got a house.
Dude, when I was buying in Dallas, I had to put cash offers down. I put like more than half down.
Yeah.
And I had to go like 20 or 30% over asking price. It was crazy. That was when BlackRock was scooping up all the single family.
That was
houses.
crazy. I didn't
2022.
have to go over asking, but after I got the house inspection, there was like a lot of stuff that needed to be fixed. They didn't want to fix anything.
Really?
Dank seller's market. Yeah, they knew because people need houses so bad. They're like, no, we're not
You
going to
fix
fix
it.
that. You're still
Yeah.
probably going to buy it anyway.
Oh
and
my God.
sure enough, I did.
True.
So that's fun.
So buy before 2026. In your
Well,
opinion.
I would think that you have a window. Well, the reason why I was asking about it is because I think that there's a window up until about the end of 2025 where we will be having a momentary breath and releasing of rates, back down to comfortable levels in the 3 to 5% range. I think that's coming for housing. But if history repeats or rhymes, it will jackknife right on up after that. So
What
thus
do you
making
think?
it even
Because
harder.
people's opinions are different on this. I've been watching a lot of Caleb Hammer and Dave Ramsey on
Okay.
TikTok and stuff.
Okay.
But how much of percent do you need to put down on a house when you purchase it?
Dude, I put as much down as all right, here's what I did.
People in chat, let me know what you think on this. Too.
And let me know in the
Curious.
chat. Is this wrong? What do you do how much do you put down on your house? When I got my house, I basically put around 55% down.
Okay.
And then I saved,
good.
I could have paid it all off, but I saved the other, 45% to renovate the house because I
That's
wanted.
nice.
I was buying an old house. It was on a lot of land, but it needed love.
Yeah.
And I always, I enjoy taking money that I make in crypto and then improving my home with it because then you also get that
You're going to get that
retained
money
value.
back then some.
Right.
For sure.
And you get to enjoy it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You get to
Yeah.
enjoy it, the nice kitchen and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
listen, we're alive. We're living.
We can't
live
live in
your
a
life. Yeah.
That's right,
Live
man.
your life while you're alive.
That's right. There's a good balance. Traditional loan, 20%. Ooh, my bro just got a 7% rate. Holy
Pay
cow.
cash.
No down, pay cash.
No down, pay cash.
I'm getting the land and a house on wheels for the first time I build. Hopefully, internet magic money does well enough. Man, I mean, you're in the right time. You've been, Fade and TradFi has been here through the whole bear market. I think he's getting in a good entry points. The pain's going to be seeing people come in. Like, it'll be awesome to see the channel grow. I know that the attention is starting to come back to crypto, which is great for our channel, but I really want to get the information out to people now so that they're positioned well, in not basically, I mean, it's still good to double up. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to poo-poo on that, but buying when the blood is the worst, when it's been kind of in the doldrums is where it's at. So that's what it's all about. Using crypto to change our lives.
From what I've heard and what I did was you put 10 to 20% down and you go with the conventional loan, and then in your savings account you keep 3 to 6 months on the back burner.
I've heard that too.
So
This is the 6 month count.
I did that. But I know there's some people out there like, bro, put everything into crypto. I'm a little half and half. I still got money in the bank, but I still invest in crypto.
Yeah.
But that's what I did.
Well,
I put
there's a
11% down.
There's a time
11.
Yeah, 11.
like when Bitcoin was at 31K, I tethered up everything. I was fully in cash. I got completely out of crypto when Bitcoin was at 31K and lost that level, fell down to 25, and then I moved everything back in, just changed the positions to be more aggressive spots. Obviously, everyone knows I moved it on Chainlink first and foremost. And one thing interesting, I know that there's a lot of people that are, interested or bullish on Chainlink. I did want to note that this price action has not given a fuck about the rest of the market.
Chainlink.
It is still just creating higher lows, and this is the monthly view. Here is the yearly, really nice looking little shelf here. We had the nasty spike down from the initial GBTC dumps, but since then has, started to just work on that coiling pattern. This is what Chainlink does, man. You see this? It just coils, builds up these really strong channels, and then absolutely explodes. So, Chainlink, I felt good about just hammering into. Once I got insulated from Tether, saw the markets coming back up. But having cash on hand, I don't have any cash on hand right now. I don't have it.
I got some money in the bank.
Yeah.
But, it's...
I couldn't help myself. I bought Render, Celestia, and Chainlink in that last dump that we had. You know what I mean?
The dry
prices were
powder
too-
is
Those are good
gone.
buys.
I know.
You got
I
any
know.
water, by the way? Take a swig of something. Your voice is getting raspy.
Oh, I know. I've been, hooting and hollering all day long.
Helping you out a little bit.
Chat, what percentage of your income or money, I guess, do you have in crypto?
That's a good
That is
question.
interesting.
Curious.
That is a good question.
Curious.
And
to see.
I will say
know.
that I will say this. I was very fortunate and blessed to I lived with my parents for a while, and that's how I was able to save up a decent chunk of change before purchasing a house. So, I just swallowed my pride and say I lived with my parents for a while, but it definitely helped me be able to afford a house. So.
It's kind of what you got to do these days.
And
man.
I know a lot of people don't, like, some people, like, they're having to pay rent and stuff, and it's hard to save. But yeah, I was very fortunate. So
It is. I had Dion Graying saying Link has been stuck at $15 for a year and a half. It's not right. It was actually at $5 not too terribly long ago, and now it's at 15. Really, when it did break out of this range, though, I was only hoping to hold this shelf, which so far has happened. But this is all about the timing of the markets. The reason why I felt like hammering in on this thing is I remember last cycle. If you go back to this moment, this was the most exciting. I got my bags right around $2, $2.50, and watched Chainlink absolutely outpace the rest of the markets very early on, rising to $17. So that, notion stuck in the back of my head. And then I start thinking about this real world asset narrative actually taking control of what TradFi is really interested in, not just handing the keys of the castle over to companies like Ripple, but rather just doing real world assets as the first logical step, which made sense to me. So, that's my position on Chainlink. And it's still the project that I'm the most bullish of out of everything. But beyond that, still feeling good about Render. ICP is given a little bit of a shave off. I have been actually kind of interested in getting some more if it hits $10.
Curious what Render's at.
Render's had a good week. Let's hear.
I think I know
Yesterday
why.
was
Let's go.
I think I know why.
Why is that? What do you think?
Let's see if I can switch this camera. Is it the bottom one? Yeah. Doesn't have to do with the Apple VR headset coming out in like 2 days.
Yes. Well, they I thought they released. We covered them releasing the advertisements for it. So the actual product hits availability.
I think the product comes out in like 2 days. Some people have early access to it. I saw the YouTuber Marcus, whatever, he has it, but it's crazy. It starts at like $3,500.
I know. That's what got me unexcited. I was like, how is this going to be mass adopted? That much as a car.
That is
it
crazy.
Can't be.
It is. It's $3,500.
Can you even get a car for $3,500 anymore?
In the hills where we live,
yes.
Yes. Yes. If you're looking around in the woods where we're at.
Does it run well?
No, definitely not.
Because I remember like when I got my first car, it was like you paid $3,500. You got like a solid Honda Accord or Civic that had like 100,000, 120, 150,000 miles on it, and you were good. But now it's like that car's probably worth like $10K.
It's gonna have 200K miles.
The C90 FTW today is the last day to swap out Render ERC20 over to Render Solana and have gas fees repaid. That's a very interesting note to keep in mind there. But yeah, the $3,500 thing is just hard for me to wrap my head around. A bunch of people buying this thing and it's just becoming the thing. I like veteran cryptos take 60% in real estate, 10% in lead. And 20% in metals, the rest in crypto. Very nice. Yeah. When I actually start adding up all the lead related products that I have, it gets kind of heavy. I think during the panty, I spent about 10, 15K on just all kinds of dude,
it was,
stuff.
Bro, I remember like a single bullet of 5.56 was almost $1.
I wasn't buying any of that. I was like buying vests and stuff.
See, I was buying ammo because I wanted to go shooting at the range.
Yeah, you should come shooting with me.
I know we should.
We should.
Yeah, go to Governor's or something.
Absolutely. Or we could go to the back of my woods.
Well, my brother-in-law's got some land,
so
we go skeet shooting all that stuff. Dude, back on the car thing though. What are you laughing at?
All right, let's move on, boys.
She doesn't want. Are you coming shooting with us?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Remember PayPal and all that stuff about spreading misinformation and they can go into your bank account. Well, now they have to fire 2,500 employees. Probably just an overall sign of the company's use case slightly being whittled away at. But you got to keep in mind PayPal is still the largest private money transfer service on the planet as it sits right now, outside of institutional level stuff. So ADP private payrolls, this is interesting to note. They actually hit 107,000. What was expected was 150. And the last report came out at 164. So the true amount of private payrolls is falling. And that is, the pain we see is that the government or the White House is like, look at how many jobs we created, even though they were majorly only concentrated in the medical and federal industry. Imagine that. But a lot of people are working 2 or 3 jobs just to hold on right now, and to see, some sort of celebration about that situation out of the upper echelon of our monetary system. It's pretty aggravating. Now the real payrolls show that the actual ADP data is telling them a different story. Things are getting harder. It's times like this where we have to lean into disruptive tech to change our lives and outpace the pain that is in the traditional sectors. So, and I'm blessed. I feel blessed every day that I get to talk about crypto every day. It's quite a lovely situation to have. Now, I did see big tech CEO Mark Zuckerberg grilled at a fiery Senate hearing on child sex abuse.
Whoa.
This was very interesting to watch. I got a clip of it. I'll play here for a sec. Let's see.
They're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry.
Pretty crazy to see.
What's going on there?
So he is being grilled because the Facebook app actually did something pretty insane. There's a few different parts about this. This is one of the most enraging things. The first thing is we have to protect our children, and seeing the very vile things be allowed on Facebook. Meanwhile, conservative voices were being strangulated in live time showed me that they don't care about protecting us. And seeing this, he seems a little human. Zuckerberg seems a little human.
So why
from that?
Was there some sort of thing going on Facebook or something?
Yes.
He's apologizing for it?
Yeah, well, what we have, the Ted Cruz talking about the instances where Instagram displayed a warning screen alerting users they might be interacting with images of child sex abuse, but let them access it anyways.
What?
That is the absolute clown world, upside down reality situation that we've been dealing with on the social media spectrum for the last few years. Highly aggravating to me as someone who was literally kicked off of every platform in live time every time I'd even share a meme questioning the narrative of flu season or our elections or anything within that realm. Yet they can make a little, just a warning, there might be actual, heinous crimes on here. Like, it's insane.
The fact that the warning said child sex abuse,
right?
Like the algorithm could pick up that it was a child,
right?
And it put that. That's very wild.
Why would it not be just
not just taken down? That's crazy.
Yeah.
We all know that you get the little warning sign when it's like explicit content or it's like something on Twitter, on Instagram, but that's insane.
And as a dad, it really sucks having to, not trust. I can't trust YouTube. Like, even in the kids section of YouTube, there's these weird demented videos that come up about weird sexual innuendos being used in
like Disney.
They have the thumbnails like Disney, but basically, I mean, we see that with Disney too and all their moves. It just is very aggravating that I can't trust media. Even if you have those child protection things on. Fully.
I saw a thing like when I have children, I'm even weary about posting photos of my kids and stuff because
a lot of people don't know.
A lot of some weird freaks out there get off to it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Some parents post some pictures of their kids. I'm like, I don't think I'd be posting that.
I don't feel great about posting pictures about kids online.
And it's sad that I even have to think about that, but it's the reality.
It is. But seeing Mark turn around and apologize, he was blush. He was obviously called out. Maybe he is human. And maybe the reality of the situation's becoming more clear.
Do you think he even knew about it? Like the thing,
that's a good question.
Facebook's big.
He's responsible for it because he's the head.
Yeah.
But it could have been internal.
He could just be getting the flame for it when it was someone else that was that was their job.
He is too busy. I think his cow is in Hawaii.
Yeah, he's got like a bunker. He's all about
feeding his cow beer.
He's riding like a surfboard
nuts.
that's on a motor, just has like a private military for himself.
But this isn't the only thing that's happened. There's been multiple situations like this.
Right.
And the fact that Facebook takes your data, Maxine Waters was like, Facebook takes your data and doesn't use it in a responsible way. Like there's multiple things that he has done. And then he takes a little slap on the wrist and then he's fine. And we're wondering if he's human.
Well, I mean,
but
I hope that he's held accountable.
Man.
I hope he's held accountable. It pissed me off to no end.
They make some money from their ads. They make a lot of money from their ads. All the drop shippers love Zuckerberg.
Right.
There's a lot of scam ads too.
I know. Well, how do they? And even YouTube still allows.
I think you just have to pay a little money. You can run an ad on Facebook, even if it's a scam.
I was watching the Discover Crypto show this morning, and that Ripple scam.
Dude, I get those ones
up
all the time.
That's what Haven just said. What about I think it was Haven. These YouTube. I keep getting this Solana founder, and I get.
They look real.
They do. Brad
Like,
Garland
if you're
not
new
to
to
me,
crypto,
but
And
I
they're-
can
if you're
tell.
new to crypto though, you
Or if it's
know.
on your phone, maybe. But
Right.
like, I'm like, bro, why are you showing me this?
Yeah.
It's insane that somebody is doing that for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very sick. But, you know,
It's probably
hopefully
working.
we see the power of the people overtake the nefarious actions that we've seen over the past few years and change humanity for the better. Protect your children. Be very, very protective of your kids. It's a weird world out there right now. Speaking of weird world, we got Chris Larson, a co-founder.
Oh boy,
Yep.
Chris.
Here is the FUD storm on XRP. I know there was a lot of chatter, a lot of wonder if it was actually XRP or Ripple itself. Yesterday, there was unauthorized access to a few of my personal XRP accounts, so not Ripple's. We're quickly able to catch the problem and notify exchanges to freeze the affected addresses, and law enforcement is already involved. So just another win for Zach XBT here. Called this out very quickly, and a lot of people grabbed onto this, paid attention to it really closely. Now, here's the question. Is it a good look for the future of finance to have its co-founder hacked and hundreds, maybe even $200 million stolen from it? Like, that seems a little bit bad for me. Like, I can't imagine, the feds or the Federal Reserve are going to be like, yeah, this is ultimate security. If this happens, this is not I don't think it's a death sentence for XRP, but I am slowly having to lower my expectations of it. It's not that I'm angry at XRP. I'm just disappointed.
Hannah, you can go first.
Can you go back to the thread? Will you show it?
Oh, yeah.
Thread?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
Yeah, here is the
Boom.
Chris Larson
No.
thread with Zach XBT. Go down. This is an isolated incident. Report the Ripple wallets are secure, never compromised. It confirmed nearly all affected funds were converted out of XRP. Working with law enforcement, have been advised that a significant portion of the funds have been frozen. Let's read along here, and are pursuing a remainder aggressively. Thanks to XRP LF and Silk Ger for the help. So
Okay, wait,
pretty
scroll
cool to see.
down.
Oh, here, I
Nope,
gotta go back
yeah,
to this one.
back.
Let's see here.
Zach, right there.
Totally, completely separate entities. Wink, wink. Oh my
That's,
god.
that's where I was going
So
with it.
hear me.
Oh.
As I was looking into this morning, I saw I didn't know exactly how to feel about it at first, but I'm looking in and they're like, that sounds like a great, XRP is like more centralized than other cryptos. That sounds like a great reason for them to want to advocate for a CBDC and for transparency, does it not?
Well, I mean, they'll use these attacks and, the worry about our safety to take away our rights. There's no lie. I mean, that's the clear path that, we always see.
But
It sucks that the escrow or like the Ripple Foundation we get dumped on. Like their XRP holders basically see a major sell-off on XRP once a month. It's been pretty disappointing to see it continue. Escrow was never burned. So, God, that's a pretty, I can't believe Zach said that. Totally.
that's what I'm
completely
saying. And I feel like
separate
nobody is
entities.
paying attention to that reply,
Wink,
but I was
wink.
like, that's
See, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, it's kind of concerning. But we do get a lot of comments like, "You guys hate XRP. You hate XRP." I don't
have
think
XRP
we hate
still.
XRP. I think all of us actually have XRP. It's just some of the people in the XRP army, I'm going to say it, they're a little crazy with their price predictions.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Like, okay, let's go there. Let's go to coin perspective and
Because
just,
I want XRP to do well. I have some.
yeah,
But
I
I
have
just
it
don't
too.
think it's going to these crazy numbers
Let's
that they're
see
saying.
here.
And they'll be
Type
like,
in
yeah,
XRP.
it'll be between $5 and like $150. I'm like, that's such a broad range.
Yeah. I believe, I think the circulating supply, I can't remember. I believe it was going to be somewhere around 80. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I'm looking at mid 2025, the circulating supply at the time. I believe it just came just shy of 80. But let's talk about if it can accomplish a $100 billion market cap. Now let's look first before we do this. Let's look at what it has done in the past. It had a very exciting first bull market.
Yeah,
There's no lie.
$564.
No, that's not it. Give this to me. So on its initial bull market peak, this is where years and years of excitedness has come from over XRP. Is this initial pump? This is breakneck speed. Went from, what was this? It was down to a $7 billion market cap all the way up to about $115 billion. So now let's take into account, all right, let's just say XRP can re-accomplish that same level of market cap when the real excitedness about crypto comes back and we see multiple projects within the top 10 breaching that $100 billion mark. Well, let's take a look. So if XRP does accomplish its once amazing glory on that initial pump, it'd be at $1.50. Okay, $1.50. So it's nothing to get mad at. I mean, it's 50 cents right now. That's a 3x, right? But I've been holding it for years and years and years. And even though I got it for 17 cents a coin, seeing this pattern of diminished blow-off tops, over the past few cycles, been very, very disappointing to see. I know there's a lot of hype and speculation that it'll just moon after this. I think it's going to be more just painful sideways up and to the right action. It's hard to say it in an enthusiastic way because reclaiming that $100 billion market cap does not put it all the way up here at $3 a token. That's the thing about it. So when it had $115 billion market cap on that initial major cycle, the price was at $3 a token. Now, in its current situation, recapturing that brings it to $1.50, half the upswing. So, there it is. It's not like I hate the thing, but I feel like that there's better gains to be made.
We don't hate, me personally, I don't hate it. I just think some of the people in the community are freaking crazy.
Yeah.
And it might be some of y'all in the chat.
Listen,
I don't know.
That's part of the charm.
That's part of
the charm of XRP.
Oh my gosh.
I will say, if you meet a stranger and they're like, oh yeah, I got a crypto. I'm like, oh, what do you got? XRP. That's the one they have.
There's a good narrative there that you're building tokens that can communicate with banks. There's a great narrative. I think that Casper, I think HBAR, I think they're going to have a great time with those.
Hey, I hope all these projects do well. I hope everyone makes a bunch of money.
I do too.
I hope everybody has fun.
Yeah. I mean, and I got to keep in mind that if I'm talking to someone that's just coming into crypto, I feel like I'm cutting them short if I'm focusing on XRP as this major buy opportunity right now. I think that there's some amazing things coming that still haven't been released that we can get in very early on. And actually, I was talking to Johnny. We have eyes on some very new projects coming up. This is from Alex Mason Crypto, talking about Expresso securing $32 million from Coinbase, Sequoia, and Polychain Capital. Polychain Capital has started to pop up all over the place for investments like this. Be eligible for airdrop in Q2. Cost is free. This is testnet participation, minting NFTs, being part of their Discord, and just basically being there, helping them validate that the system does operate correctly. Same situation as I did with SWI token, and I'm still feeling pretty decent about SWI. Yes, hate is a strong word, KO Kev.
Strongly dislike is what my mom used to say.
Yeah.
You can strongly dislike, you cannot hate.
Oh my God, wait, what is hate, double hate, loathe entirely?
The mindset of people that like XRP is like, the system needs redone. It needs replumbed, right? I don't hate that understanding when people get orange pilled in the way, but XRP is almost like a black pill. It's like this land of purgatory where you get psyoped into to really not change your life in. And you'll watch all these other brand new projects absolutely leave it in the dust. So, I'm keeping that in mind. That's why I'm going to be watching and getting into this testnet for Expresso. And another one I found brought up to me this morning from Stakecito Validator. This is a project working with Cosmos. And again, another testnet situation. It is not live yet, but we can get in early. We can get in the Discord, show it's working, and be a part of the upswing when it happens. This year, 249? We got time here. We
got nothing but time.
This is the Jupiter. Here's Tether reporting $3 billion in quarterly profits, boosted by Bitcoin and gold. But the funner thing about this.
Funner.
Ryan Selkis, 2-bit idiot, highlighting that Tether net profits are 10% of JP Morgan's. Tether has 50 employees.
Ooh.
JP Morgan, 250,000 employees.
Interesting.
There's a discrepancy there.
Interesting.
There is a monetary discrepancy there. Think about if you're a business leader and you see Tether.
Jamie Dimon about to be pissed.
I know, right? and well, in JP Morgan, they have the Onyx blockchain, so they want to create that insulated kind of inroad between the banks. Fine. You know what I mean? It'll probably just be this new labeled communication system within banks in the US. It's not really a big deal. It's not the CBDC overhaul everyone's watching.
Maybe less is more.
Maybe less is more. Right. And they can accomplish much, much greater profits with even less headcount. I mean, any major company is going to see that and see money to be made. So, very important note about Tether. You see all these fun articles come about it. It's fun. It's fun. So FTX relaunching exchange looks like it's out the window. Bankruptcy lawyer has said today FTX will not pursue plans to restart the exchange, but plans to sell the assets and refund the customers. The FTX attorney told the bankruptcy court of Delaware in this turn of events, and obviously the FTT price action hasn't been great since then.
So you're telling me it's finally time to sell my FTT?
You still have
Sell
extra
that
FTT?
shit.
Bro, I had like a little bit of it, and I just thought it was a joke to hold on to it.
I mean, it is a joke to hold on to.
Bro,
it.
thank God. This was a great decision. Get it out of our lives.
Yeah,
My
I don't want
Lord.
this coming back. There's such a black mark on the history of Bitcoin and crypto. God, I really did not want to see. It would basically, if FTX came back as the next biggest thing in America, I would think we're doomed. Like, people have no memories, they have no care for truth or transparency and monetary backing, and we're just toast. Why? Hello, Aaron, Druth, and Hannah. Hello, Isaac. Is that Isaac from the show?
Hey, he bought Cardano.
Makes so happy.
I think it is.
Hey, he bought
Bow, bow,
Cardano.
bow.
Yeah. My whole junk is bonk. Man,
And Trump,
Nicole
right,
Manus.
Nicole?
I think she got into Trump.
Who, Nicole?
Let's look
Yeah.
at some meme coins real quick. Here's my garbage hold for the moment. Gorilla token.
Gorilla
Waking the
token.
hell up. Actually, I'm slightly in profit on it. I got it like right here and then just slid off a cliff. Fantastic. Feels nothing because I'm already dead inside. But here we go.
Great.
Coming back
You got a little
alive.
life, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so dark.
No, I'm not. I'm not being dark. I'm kidding. I'm still cooking oxygen and carbon. Okay, Aaron, calm down. This is actually looking like we might.
Yeah, KO Kev said, I thought FTX is coming back under a different name. Well, I guess that failed.
It looks like they're not going to be doing so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well.
according to the attorney remarks, it looks like that's not an option. So
Should not
let's look
be.
at meme
Shouldn't
coins.
be.
Let's look at MOG. We need to know where MOG
Yay.
is. I need
Y'all
to
know
see
how I
what
feel
this
about the meme coins. If I say I'm not going to buy it, you probably should buy it, and vice versa. I don't know.
Look
Not
at
financial
this.
advice.
Hannah, look
Oh.
at this bullshit.
Ah.
That's not bad at all. Okay.
And I'm still so bullish.
You're still bullish on this one?
Yeah.
This
Fair
is
enough.
the one that the FaZe clan was.
This is like, the community is just a lot of like sarcastic
Pit Vipers.
pit vipers.
Pit Viper maxis.
They have the pit viper sunglasses. Like
Yeah.
they just know what they're doing when it comes to marketing, and
They
they're
do.
kind of like sarcastic and funny. And I feel like they are good people in
They're
their
good-
hearts.
good peeps?
So I don't know.
Maybe. That's a
Maybe
stretch.
they're
That's
also
a stretch.
that's a stretch, but they're making money on
Yeah.
on this for sure, and I'm bullish.
I want to see where Trump
Not
token is
financially.
too. Let's see
All
here.
right, let me feel bad about
This
myself.
one ain't going away. Okay, so I know we're watching this disgusting upswing. I don't feel like
Anyone
this
that
thing's
bought
going
Trump
away.
token, have you sold some yet? Did you
Look
sell
at
it all?
that.
Are you still holding it all? Let us know.
It really
Nicole.
it fell down quite a bit. Now it's sitting at $66 million
I still
market
can't
cap.
believe it's $1.43.
It's $1. It's the first meme coin to pass. It's to $2. This meme coin hit $2.
Maybe
So-
it's not a meme coin anymore. Who knows?
Yeah. Someone wants to hear my music. God, do you think I should? So the band wants me to play a show.
Yeah.
The band wants me to play a show.
I've never heard your music. I just know it's screamo.
You've
and I
never
don't-
heard my music?
I don't like screamo.
It's not screamo, okay? It's just loud talking. That's all it is.
Drew's apparently famous before all this YouTube
Actually,
stuff.
that's the only thing I've been recognized for in public is music.
Really?
Not crypto. Yeah. There's still a little bit of a following in Colorado for the band. Flood of Souls and 2 Minutes Darker. Maybe I should link that in the description. Let's check on Blofin, see where the hell Bitcoin is sitting at. 43,298. Sitting here just still chunking along, trying to recapture this recent shelf it's built. Not a bad look. Back to meme coins, though, more importantly. So, Trump, I mean, I have to probably reconsider my comfortable market cap level where I could see myself getting into this thing. I missed out waiting for $10 million as market cap. I think I'll adjust my entry point target for Trump to $20 million market cap before I move into this token, but it is very much on my radar.
What is Pepe at?
Oh yeah, we gotta see what Pepe is. There are all kinds of words about Pepe.
I kind of have faith with Pepe just because, it's been around the internet for a hot minute, but
let's see here. I mean, Pepe, you can't kill the frog.
No way.
You can't kill the frog. Down 10% though. They're trying.
I don't know if it's. I don't listen to. What do you call it now? He's whatever that name is.
Screamo?
Yeah, it's not Screamo. I don't know. I don't listen to it.
I mean, it's like a mix of Pantera and Metallica.
So what do you call it? Like, what is the genre?
Heavy metal. You know what I mean? Heavy metal.
Sorry, I don't listen to heavy metal.
Yeah, it's okay. My favorite
metalcore.
Listen, I understand. My favorite band is Alanis Morissette or Wilson Phillips. It's a toss-up between the two.
Okay.
What's your favorite?
Hold on for one more day, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. What do you got, Hannah? Say?
I don't know if I know
basement.
that. I'm the worst person to ask if I know things. I usually don't. My favorite band though is the Goo Goo Dolls.
The Goo Goo Dolls? That's a good pick.
The best.
I love the Goo Goo Dolls.
What's your favorite band?
Favorite band, Darren. Now you've got
It's
me
not
going.
a band. It's just an artist.
Who is it?
I love me some Posty.
Some Post Malone?
Post Malone, man.
He seems like he's
a
trying to
character.
become based
He
or
seems
something.
such a cool guy. Like, I don't know. He plays Magic the Gathering. He just seems like a guy that, blew up on Spotify or whatever, and that's how he got big, which he did.
Yeah.
And he just seems like the most humble guy, and he just seems so
Yeah,
cool.
he's
And
chill.
Pretty chill.
His music circles.
Dude, Isaac talking about Bring Me the Horizon. Love those guys. Slipknot. Yes. My biggest show I ever played, I opened for
Iris.
in
No, you didn't.
Michigan. Yeah. It was the
Really?
biggest show I ever played. I was a convention
Yo,
center.
My friend on RuneScape when I was like 7 years old, his name was Dual T SK. Dual
Yeah?
T Slipknot.
They're
So when I was
crazy.
literally 7 years old, I used to like watch Slipknot music videos and like
They're nuts.
used to be on the trampoline
You
listening to
should have
Slipknot.
a favorite band.
don't
You
know
have
about
to have a favorite band, Aaron. That's not okay.
I do like classical
Red Hot
rock
Chili
stuff
Peppers,
and stuff that
good.
my dad would listen
Those are
to.
good.
but,
Great.
John Frusciante.
Pink
Are we
Floyd.
talking John Frusciante era, early?
I don't know, bro.
Okay. Well, I have to.
I know songs. I don't know all the bands.
Yeah. I like that you like Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're one of my old schools. Here is a super awkward British recruitment video for their army where essentially they just hang out on the side of a mountainscape.
Do I need the sound for this?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
so we have a squad obviously exposed to enemy fire on the side of a mountainscape, sitting around waiting for one of their members to basically just put all their lives in danger. And
So cinematic.
this is very awkward for me because, like, if I was in that group, I wouldn't be able to put up with that. You're not, like, you're exposed, you're changing up the entire design of the squad to appease to this new piece. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not how it works. I don't think that's how it should work.
No.
Just my personal call,
Man, people are in the chat about who they like. to
Shine
listen
Down's
to.
a good one. We got a lot of old school. Like Creed.
Yeah, I love this. Creed.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have
Nickelback.
blockchain basement karaoke
We should
night?
have a show. We
That'd
should
be
have a show.
Crazy.
I was thinking about breaking into song sometime. You
That
know?
would be crazy.
Here is Hannah's. I finally got this. This is.
I gotta
So
play
we're
the sound
talking
for
about
this.
Neuralink coming in and linking up to our brains and just knowing every bit of our thoughts. Now, this is what would likely happen in the future if you're unemployed and get the Neuralink chip. Let's have a listen.
Leave me alone!
I absolutely love that. That is that's some of them living in your head rent free type stuff right there.
Quite literally.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, that's an interesting take to have on it. God.
They're gonna see you didn't do your taxes and
Yeah.
you're done for.
Well,
Welcome
and
to
like that-
hell.
Remember Ford came out with the cars that'll drive themselves back to the dealership if you don't pay your
They'll
loans.
just drive you to work.
Yeah.
Work for food. If you want food,
Technological enslavement. You know, that's a pretty scary thing to think about. I'm glad Isaac likes Bring Me the Horizon. I'm very bullish on Isaac. Good kid. He has in here talking about his picks. Got some deep picks, some deep crypto picks.
Yeah,
he's in.
done
I think he's
some
gonna be doing
research
well.
for sure.
As I lay dying, all the good stuff.
Oh yeah,
all the
Kelly
good stuff.
Kellum on BitLab did have a little time on the guitar during his live stream. He's like, yeah, man, like I had such a good weekend. I ended up like playing guitar for like an hour on the live stream.
He just streamed on BitLab?
Yeah, he was just playing the guitar.
That's where it's at.
Sometimes Kelly will be here and he'll just break out on guitar.
Yeah.
And he'll start singing.
We've
and
sang
it's so
some
good.
songs together. I need to start doing parody songs. I was making parody songs a while ago. Just kind of stopped doing them. But yeah, we have now, here's the early movers. We have Espresso. I'm watching. Where did it go? Espresso and Stake Cito. Okay. At Stake Cito Validator. This is a test net. I'm going to be getting in early on. And Espresso, another test net. So, you know, there's your early kind of brewing new. Oh, God, yes. Drew, was that the same Dirt Fest 2013? It was Dirt Fest. It was Dirt Fest. Were you there? C90FTW. Were you there? Unbelievable. Nothing more was not a big deal at the time, and they came and hung out with us all day, and it was pretty cool to see Nothing More explode. Just knowing they're regular people that were right in the trenches with me, sweating in the heat in our shitty van in the parking lot, getting ready to play a amphitheater. It was a pretty amazing experience, and yeah, I'm still up in the air on if I should go back to Denver and keep playing that. Band, or if I should start a new band here in the Georgia area. Might be kind of tough. I'm out in the woods, so if you're out there jamming, and also I am keeping an eye out for interns, someone that might be interested in having involvement with social media accounts, or if you're into editing, any of that stuff. Make sure to get with me in the Discord of the Blockchain Basement. And let me know, because we're starting to ramp up. You know what I mean? I can feel the excitement is growing, man.
As the price goes up, the hype gets insane.
I know, man.
There is a lot of things you can learn about social media.
Yeah,
as an intern here,
absolutely.
Sure.
So if you want to, let me know what instrument. Drew, Just Jim, do you play an instrument? I'm a heavy metal singer. I could sing Alanis Morissette. Maybe Just Jim will be in a band with me. But quite a day in the markets, you guys. We're going to be getting ready for ATB. I believe it's coming right up. But
ATB 4 p.m. Come on.
4 p.m. with the DZ. And right after this, I'll be filming with DZ. God, he's going to be busier than hell. But appreciate every single one of you in the chat. Bob from Accounting, Veteran Crypto, Fed and TradFi, Coleman is Tater, Crimson Caravan Company, Bob from Accounting, C90FTW, VZ, Fat Cat, Manawalk, all the G's, Killed by Death. Appreciate every single one of you out there in the chat. And until next time, I bid you adieu.
Bye.
And now you have to end it.
Oh, I have to take it. This is awkward.